So I was chatting with one of my artists, and we were talking about music, and how everything is changing. So even in business, that business people have to constantly create content. We have AI, we have a lot of things that are changing in the business sector, in all sectors actually. And I was telling him that, okay, because he also works, a 9 to 5. He's a rapper, he's an artist. And I actually asked him, like, are you able to just wake up one day and say, okay, I'm not gonna go to work. Just as you do with your music, sometimes you say, today I don't feel like recording this track. Today I don't feel like opening this project. Do you do the same thing with this work that you're doing, the nine to five that you're doing? Obviously not, because now you need to pay your bills. You have a lot of things to take care of. You have a family to take care of if you have a family. But for me, I think it's not really about who you need to take care of and blah blah blah. It's the kind of idea that we have been given. It's the kind of mentality that we have adopted. We have to make our work, our 9 to 5, the most important thing, instead of actually putting the music or putting whatever we love, above everything else. I know, we all know for a fact that you only live once, and if it's music that really makes you feel alive, if it's music that makes you be heard, if it's music that actually makes you communicate better. I know we have responsibilities. I know we have work to do, obviously. I know we have a lot of bills to take care of. We are not always gonna be working, right? People retire, people lose jobs. I told him, like, this is the one thing that you love the most. Why not give it your all? Why not give music your all? But I'm not saying leave your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is something that brings your seed, right? When I started music, I made sure all the money that I was getting, I was buying equipment, I was buying microphones, I was buying all these headphones. I spent thousands and thousands of rands buying stuff, buying equipment. You are to actually see the future right in the present. You build the future right in the present. There's no time like the present. And whatever you are doing, you have to be like consciously, you have to really know that, okay, you have to really have a mapped out plan. You have to have goals and plans, and actually knowing where you want to go as an artist, as a business person, whatever path that you're taking. Like, a lot of people don't have prospects. They don't have any future prospects at all. And I try to tell this to many young people, to many young artists, because we are so hungry to make content. You gotta know your why, right? Why are you doing this? Why are you making music in the first place, right? Many people have so many reasons. Some people just want to break out of poverty. Some people just want to express themselves also in the process. Or 90% of the artists that I've encountered, they're making music to express themselves. And then at the same time, they want to make the most money they can make out of it. You got to know your why, and you got to know your how. How are you going to get to the destination that you have mapped out? How are you going to get to the goal that you have actually set, right? Like, I went through life without actually knowing my why. I was just, doing stuff. But one of my mentors, he say that you become what you think about most of the time. And if you don't have clear goals, if you don't have clear goals, you're like a ship that's sailing without a rudder. You're just going. Wherever the wind takes you, that's where you're gonna go. And most of the times, you're gonna end up nowhere. And this was very enlightening to me, because I was at a place in my life whereby I was just cruising. I was just flowing with whatever was happening. Wherever the action was, I was. A lot of things are changing. It's no longer about talent these days. It's all about algorithm. It's all about sometimes just pure luck. Sometimes you can just listen to a song and you wonder, how did it even make it on the how did it even make it on the radio station? How did it even make it to 1 million views? 10 million views. It's ridiculous. And most of the time it is content. You have to be like a salesperson, because you're actually selling music and yourself as a brand. So you are the salesperson. You are doing the marketing. You are making sure you are as creative as possible, because the market has become so competitive. Now we have AI singers, we have AI actors, even writing. It has become so easy. A person can actually write a song within like a blink of an eye. They have a song. it's really hard to compete with AI now. So we have to really think out of the box, and we really have to create something as unique as possible. And I think that's it for now.